all of the talk surrounding the upcoming Calgary Flames draft has been about who they will select with the 9th overall pick, if Craig Conroy will draft Tij Iginla, and if the Flames will try to acquire more top 10 picks. But do you want to know what no one is talking about? No one is talking about what the Flames will do with the 28th overall pick and who they might select with that late first rounder. So in this video, we will be taking a look at some very good candidates that would really be very good for the Flames' future. We will get into all that and more, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I am Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames, and we would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. What a community we got going on here. But without further ado, let's get into what to do with the 28th overall pick. And genuinely, no one is really talking about it. Most of the time when we hear people talking about the 28th overall pick, it's in mock trades, especially Jacob Markstrom trades. You know, Jacob Markstrom and the 28th pick for the 7th overall pick or whatever. There's so many trades that we have seen being speculated and mocked so far revolving Jacob Markstrom, but that is the last we will talk about that. We're in draft mode since it is just a couple of weeks away now. I know, it's getting so exciting. But there's a couple ways that the Flames could go about the 28th overall pick. Now, we know they're not going to draft a goalie with that pick, and I also don't think it is in the Flames' best interest to draft a winger with that pick. Now, that being said, it totally depends on what the Flames do end up getting in a trade. If they have a couple of top 10 picks, you know, they have the 9th pick and the 10th, or the 9th pick and the 7th, there's a strong chance they can take a D-man and a winger, and a center, I should say, and then maybe they take a winger later. But let's just talk in all likelihood of that the Flames need defensemen and centers. So to start this one up, let's just pretend that with the 9th overall pick, the Flames do take a center, and maybe we'll go after a defenseman later in the draft. So let's take a look at some of these defensemen that could potentially go at, you know, kind of near the end of the first round where the Flames are picking. Of course, that pick is Vancouver's first rounder that we acquired in the Elias Lindholm trade. Now let's just hop right in and talk about the first one here. So Dominic Badinka. Yes, a very fun name, but also a pretty good prospect here. Now, he is kind of projected to go around 28th. He's one of those guys where he could go earlier and he could go a lot later. We'll just have to see kind of how the draft goes. You could almost say that about anyone. But either way, let's get into his facts here. Everything is from Elite Prospects pretty much in this video. So, you know, he's 18 years old. He is Czech, and he's pretty tall. You know, he's 6'3", a good height, especially for a prospect. And already, you know, he's got some decent poundage on him for an 18-year-old. He's already 190 pounds, which isn't bad. I'm sure he would just add more and more muscle at the NHL level. And this could be a really good pick for the Flames if they do decide to go with a defenseman late in the first round. You know, with the 9th overall pick, chances are they could be taking a center. And like I said before, there's so many different ways that this could go about. What's that subject or what subject? It's math. But what was that, you know, exam we all took? Permutations, combinations. There's so many different modules. But either way, I'm just sounding like an absolute idiot right now. But let's just go back to the hockey, what I actually know how to talk about. So there's many different ways this could go. Let's just say the Flames do take a defenseman. You know, Badinka, he's not looking too bad. I like the facts I'm seeing here. And if we take a quick little look at a quick description of him. So Badinka is tall, mobile, and has decent offensive skills as well. And you know what? That checks a lot of boxes for just what you want in a defenseman. Obviously, you want him to be a little bit bigger. Mobile is so important in today's NHL, especially in a division that has Connor McDavid, and has decent offensive skills. You know, he can chip in offensively too. That's perfect. That is exactly what we want. I think he is a very good option here in the Flames. I really hope have him decently high on their board and take a look at him once 28th pick comes around, if he's still available. Now, the next defenseman I want to talk about is probably not going to be available at 28th. He would have to slide a little bit. He's more high to mid-20s projected, but he looks really, really good, and I want to draft him. So let me introduce you to EJ Emery. He is also an 18-year-old. He is born in Canadian. He does have that dual citizenship, though, and I believe has completely committed to the US. I'm pretty sure he is playing for their national team development program. And once again, 6'3". He's got some poundage on him as well, not quite as much as Badinka, but either way, I like the player type it shows down here at the bottom of the Elite Prospects Facts, saying that he's a defensive defenseman, which the Flames don't necessarily have great ones of anymore. We did have Zadorov, not that he's, phenomenal, but he was pretty good in the playoffs, but a defensive defenseman that's also a speedster. And like I just said before, in a division that contains Connor McDavid, and the Oilers being the team tied for that we play the most, it'll be very important to have a fast defensive defenseman. And I really hope that Emery is available at the 28th overall pick. I think that would be a no-brainer to select him because he's not going to be taken in the top 10. There's so many defensive prospects in that top 10, but he does look really, really good. And a quick description here. He skates well for a 6'3" defender and does a tremendous job of cutting off angles, even on the bigger ice in international tournaments. The North Dakota commit isn't too active on the score sheet, but you can pair him with someone who is, and he'll be the rock that keeps things calm. If you put him with, a MacKenzie Weegar, even a Hunter Brustevich, hopefully in the future, that would be ideal. For me personally, ideally, the Flames take, probably a center with the 9th overall pick, take a defenseman with either the 7th or 10th overall pick. You can kind of switch around the positions there if you'd like, and then take EJ Emery with the 28th overall pick. Like I said before, he might go high 20s, mid 20s, but I really hope he can slide to the Flames at 28. I think that would be an absolute draft steal. But let me know if these defensemen entice you at all as Flames fans. Of course, I always want the opinion of other members of the Sea of Red. Now let's jump into some centers because that is the other position that the Flames should be trying to attack here. And without further ado, once this thing stops playing, there we go, let's get into the first one here. So the first one is Linus Eriksson. And to me, right off the bat, I'm going to say he seems like almost a Michael Backlund 2.0. So not the most skilled, but could be very, very reliable. And I know it's not like Michael Backlund has led this team to a Stanley Cup or anything, but it's not like having a player like him around is a bad thing. So once again, 18-year-old, of course, he is Swedish, a center, not exactly the biggest guy, just 6 feet tall. But I like these here. Player type, leader, playmaker, two-way center. Exactly. Who does that sound like other than backs? It could only be backs. There's a strong chance that this guy could end up on the Flames if the Flames decide to go in the direction of taking a forward late in the first round. And he's not a bad option at all. Once again, he's projected to kind of be around that 28th, late 20s, early 30s sort of thing. And if we take a quick look here at a nice description, the captain of Sweden's 2006 age group, Eriksson is a well-rounded center who has been productive versus men in Sweden. And we've seen good prospects in the past playing in men's leagues. I mean, you think of Austin Matthews over in Switzerland. There's been some good ones coming out of Sweden, Finland, Czechia as well. And here is just another one. So Linus, I'm assuming is how he pronounced it, Linus Eriksson could be a very, very good option for the Flames as well. Ideally, again, I would rather have EJ Emery, but this is not a bad option. Backlund's not going to be around forever. Why not just bring in pretty much the new spawn of Michael Backlund? Now, the other one here that we should take a quick look at is Julius Miettinen. What is up with the age group and having just the coolest names? I mean, Julius alone is awesome. Miettinen, of course, that means he is Finnish. He, of course, is 18 as well. He's a center slash winger. He's definitely been playing a little bit more center, but this guy is a bigger boy as well, 6'3", and he's already got some poundage on him, so he is bigger. And if that's what the Flames are trying to go for, because they do have quite a few small forwards, this is not a bad option at all. He's projected to be kind of in the same range as Linus Eriksson, and that means that the Flames might have a very good opportunity of taking this guy. Now, if we jump into, once again, just a quick little description, Miettinen is a big center who skates well and has solid offensive traits. So in no way is he going to wow you. He's not, McDavid, Bedard, even Macklin Celebrini coming through. He's just a big boy who knows how to play the game and can chip in offensively from time to time. So I want to know from you guys, out of these 4 prospects, which one that no one has been talking about would you like to see the Flames really try and go after the most? Personally, as of right now, I'm pulling for EJ Emery, but I kind of like all of these options here, and I, of course, want to know from you guys as well. Now let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video, everyone's favorite part of the day. And this one, I mean, just like all the comments, has to do, of course, with Jacob Markstrom. I said I wouldn't bring it up again, but here we are. I kind of like this perspective here from Shiny Zekrom. I could be saying that wrong, but good username regardless. Even if it isn't as much as management wants for him, if the offer is best for Markstrom, they should take what they can get. Markstrom gave us some great years and deserves to be on a contender. Don't axe a deal that could make him happy, even if it is underwhelming. At the end of the day, it is better to get anything and not have a player bad-mouthing the organization. Now, of course, we as Flames fans want to get the most out of Markstrom possible. You know, a high pick, a good prospect would be ideal as a package. But at the end of the day, again, we kind of said it in yesterday's video. We want to avoid another Johnny Gaudreau situation, you know, Hanifin, Tkachuk, Adam Fox, those kind of situations. And it's so true. If he's unhappy here, then it might put Conroy in a bind here. The reports we've been hearing lately are the exact opposite, and the Flames seem to have a lot of power right now over these trades. But either way, I do agree, you know, you really want to avoid one of those situations. But at the same time, let's try and get the most back that we can. I just like that this was a bit of a different perspective, shall we say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.